At Council's last meeting on May 11th, this item came before us for second reading. At the time of my vote, I believe I did not have any conflicts with considering and voting upon the matter. I made this decision based upon my reading of the South Carolina Ethics Act, as well as after consultation with legal counsel. Since that time, more questions have been raised regarding my potential conflict of interest with this issue. With those concerns in mind, I spoke directly with the South Carolina Ethics Commission. I also requested an informal opinion from it. The Commission stated that, in its opinion, there was a conflict with my participating in the discussion and voting on ordinance number 21-18. Thus, in order that Georgetown County Council does things right, that I do the right thing and avoid the appearance of any impropriety, I hereby notify Council of my potential conflict of interest and that I am recusing myself from participating in any discussion of vote on ordinance number 21-18. At this time, I am turning this portion of the meeting over to our Vice Chair, Ms. Johnson.
Madam Chairman, I do have a couple of comments. It's rare in my experience, both as having served on council now for a number of years, that we have overturned a vote from our advisory body, the Planning and Zoning Commission, that was unanimous in approving this request. And substituting our judgment for that entire body. If it was a close vote, that's one thing, but this was a 7-0 unanimous in favor of. Staff recommended for approval. And at the end of the day, what council is here to vote on is a land use change and its appropriateness.
The issue at hand today is whether to add multifamily classification to the list of approved uses for this planned development site. Currently, it is only approved for a hospital and other associated medical uses. This is Plan A, but I believe we, the county, should be a partner in this creation of affordable multifamily housing and come up with a Plan B and possibly a Plan C. Even though this site was chosen and selected as an opportunity zone, it's a possibility that this is not the ideal location for this particular project at this time.
And once in my studies on all this, it occurred to me, and watching videos from what had taken place, I looked out at the audience, and there was Mr. Stacy out there. And Mr. Stacy, he and I go back a long way, but I was thinking, you know, if this is simply a matter of changing a PD from medical to residential, why would Mr. Stacy not be accompanied out there by somebody from the hospital system, i.e. Bruce Bailey or some other person that was in a position to support him in his journey to make this change? Instead of that, we have a developer sitting out there with Mr. Stacy from 4-6 Development, and it became obvious to me that it was a lot more complicated than that. As a matter of fact, he wanted to put in a 90-unit complex that was going to be for affordable. Well, I'm not even going to say affordable housing. It's going to be used, or it's going to be occupied by people that can't afford to pay all of their rent, and that's not quite affordable housing.
In defense of Mr. Stacy, he is a Tidelands Hospital board member, and he is their attorney, and so Bruce Bailey or whomever has dispatched him to represent the hospital. So I don't know what the expectations of council are in that regard, but I would just like to express that I think he's been unfairly maligned, and he does represent the hospital.
We are ready for the vote on the motion for item 10B. Those persons in favor of item 10B, please raise your hand. Those not in favor of 10B, please raise your hand. The motion fails because we needed 4 votes.